we need to talk about Stan. We need to talk about Stan. And no, not Stan Lee, our Lord and Savior, the father of, I was about to say Squidward. Girl, no. The father of Spider-Man himself. No, not Stanley. The Stan we're talking about today is Stan's store, because I have a dried up, decayed, disgusting, fragile, stinky bone to pick with them. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea. You know that, I know that. And I am just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and far too many opinions. Sometimes those opinions get me in trouble. And that's okay, because you know what? We grow, we learn, we do better. But most of the time, let's be honest, listen. I'm not gonna apologize for having great and correct opinions, okay? Thank you. It has come to my attention that Stan Store, which is a company like Linktree, I'd say it's more like Fourth Wall, which is a website host platform type of host thing where you can host your website. Not sponsored. Would love to be sponsored because I love them, but super easy to use, basically free for you to use. And then from there, you would just link that in your Linktree, your link in bio. Your people use like beacons or Stan Store or other stuff like that. And with Stan Store, they make it to where, you know, they have both aspects, right? They have like the website and like the hosting thing. And then they also have the little link in bio type of deal as well. So it's all in one place. Great, wonderful, awesome. The thing is, you know, when we see red flags, a good red flag, not a good red flag, but a pretty obvious red flag for a lot of us is this person a scammer? Well, why don't we look at their Instagram bio? If we see certain things in their Instagram bio, like this, basically anything talking about money, if you're not like a financial advisor, what are you doing, right? And if they're trying to get money from you, basically, listen, if their main way of marketing to you to get you to buy what they are selling is to market how much money they make rather than market what they are selling and the value of that, that doesn't make any sense. That makes zero sense. So I find that hilarious. Now, there are things that don't start out scammy, but then there's a lot of people who, like, scammers will, for lack of better phrasing, like adopt that feature or that thing or a certain vernacular, certain verbiage, and then we're like, okay, red flag. And then it's associated with the girl bosses, the scammers, the grifters on the internet, right? So Stan Store, unfortunately, is one of those things. And there are legit people who use Stan Store. There are people who are experts in their field and they have created a, course, a product, a, coaching, whatever, and they have moved to doing that. I know a lot of people before even social media was around who are, like I said, experts in their field. I mean, there's multiple people in my family that they're experts in their field and they now do consulting for said field, right? But they also have years and years of experience and success in that field. So it's like, oh, obviously I'm going to go to them because they have all this expertise. They've been doing it for years. They're really good at it, right? Now, unfortunately, with social media and the courses to sell courses of people acting like they are experts, how? What do you have to show that you're an expert? No, you're not. An expert scammer, maybe, but like hardly even that. So to cut to the chase here, who's Chase? We don't know him. Stan Store had a 3-day mastermind. Mastermind's another red flag. You could have just called it a seminar or a conference or a retreat. You don't have to use the buzzword mastermind, but they did. They had a little weekend retreat, I guess, a little brand trip to Napa, and they invited, I assume, what is like their top earning people through Stan Store, or just like, I don't know, people who would want to go. And those people are their ambassadors, so to speak. Color me absolutely tickled and surprised when I recognized 2 people in one of the reels that the Stan Store Instagram posted. And it was none other than Jasmine Elizabeth and Dre, the dynamic duo themselves. Dre-Miss, she's back. Also, again, I'm happy she stuck with this hair color because it looks beautiful on her. But also, that's irrelevant to this conversation because they went on this brand trip and it is so wild. So I commented on one of the posts and I was like, yikes, how many scammers did y'all invite on this trip? And someone said none, thankfully. Okay. The lie detector test said that was a lie. And then Dre-Miss actually commented back from one of her many Instagram accounts, the new one she made this year when she switched over to digital marketing. She commented back and was like, didn't you just get canceled for being a bully? I've never actually been canceled. And I said that. Not that they would actually know anything about accountability, which that whole dynamic is just super ironic. And someone else commented and was like, Dre, what happened? Are you not selling shampoo or crypto anymore? Which, yeah, I guess they're not. It's just truly baffling to me because if you look through their Instagrams, who follows them the most? Oh, don't worry, I looked because I was like, how much engagement does she have? She has okay engagement. Her views on her reels, I mean, I'd say they were comparable to what my last account that had the same amount of followers as hers, the 40,000 followers. I would get around that same, like I'd say every reel that I would post had at least 10,000 views and some had over 1 million, which was crazy. I really need to get that account back. No, I don't want to pay anyone to get it back because there are people who are like, I can get it back for $1,000. I was like, I paid Meta Verified. I should not have to pay someone else to get it back. Like, that's crazy. Dear God, still working on it. Still trying my best, you know? So I went and looked because I find it crazy that Dramus is out here saying that with master resale rights, which is when you buy a course, but now you own the rights to it as well, which is like, if everyone owns the rights to it, doesn't that mean just like no one does? She sells that type of course where you buy it for $500 and then you can resell it to anyone. You now have the selling rights, master resell rights. But the thing is that the information on there is information that you can find for free on the internet. It's not worth $500. It should be free, which is why I went through their syllabus, screen recorded all of it, and I will be adding those specific things that they like act like are so revolutionary and specific to them in their UBC course. And I'm going to add them to my digital marketing guide that I have on my website, chelseasuarez.com, for free. And I think it's quite hilarious that these girlies have gotten into digital marketing for, I mean, I guess they've been doing it for like not even a year. And they're acting like they're experts in it. But also, are they even the ones that made the course? Because I don't think that they did. And are these people who are making this course, are they experts? Why should you trust or believe anything that they say? And I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm an expert. But when it comes to social media, I've been doing it for nearly a decade and making money from it for nearly a decade and doing it full time for 5 years almost. But guess what? I'm not selling it. I really could, and I could make a lot of money from it. And actually, one thing that's really cool is that a lot of y'all, I had no idea this was a feature. Shows how good I am at this. A lot of y'all, when you went to go buy it from, or like download it, but you have to like buy it and put it in your cart, whatever, check out, but it's free. A lot of y'all put like a little tip, like a little donation. That's so sweet. Thank you. That's so nice. I appreciate that. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate that. Thanks. Thanks so much. But either way, it gets updated more and more, and I am carving out some time this week. I'm actually every night this week after my son goes to sleep, I'm gonna be updating it and spending more time with that. And the great thing is that you have to update you have to input your email because that's where it gets emailed to, I think. I think that's how it works. And then, so like I have all y'all's emails, and so I'll just send out an email saying like, hey, there's an updated version. Please get the updated version. Yeah, so that's awesome. But yeah, I'm screenshotting like things where like syllabi of different courses and being like, okay, let me go find the information, just taking my time doing it. And then I'll go ahead and go in there and add it to mine. And this isn't me trying to like take away money from anyone, but it's also, I guess, just like stopping the scammers in their tracks because they are acting like they are making so much money by selling this course or whatever. But the way that they're doing it, it's just so weird. It's like they're selling a course to sell a course to sell a course to sell a course. And they act like, oh, and we'll help you get your Instagram and build your social media and build your brand. What is your brand? Selling a course? Your brand is making money? That doesn't make sense. Like if you were like a financial advisor or someone like that, like, okay, but that's not what you're doing. It's very strange to me and literally makes no sense. And then it's also hilarious that Isabella actually sent me this. Since they love her, I'll mention her too. She screenshotted a picture to me of Dramus's story and was like, girl, now she's saying she's going to start YouTube. And she's like on the plane, like coming up with video ideas for YouTube. And I'm like, what type of content is this girl going to put out? Because if it's just like vlogs or something, like I don't think it would necessarily do well, because I don't think that either of them, I would say no offense to them, but this is offensive. I don't think they know how much time and work and just like effort goes into YouTube, into building a YouTube channel. And if they're going to do like vlogs or like lifestyle stuff or like businessy stuff like in their niche, that wouldn't really do well for longer form content, because what are you going to do? Be like, you'd have to be vague and be like, oh, day in the life, like I do this and this and this. And I'm able to do this because I, sell these courses that I didn't make and you can do it too and blah, blah, blah. That doesn't make sense. It's all manufactured and fake. And in my opinion, all this is my opinion. Don't go harass anyone, please. But this is all my own opinion. And I am definitely of the stink opinion that it's all smoke and mirrors. For instance, when I was looking at her Instagram, I was like, what the? How is she already at over 40,000 followers on Instagram? And she just created her Instagram February of this year, because you know how they like to create 45 new Instagrams. So I went and scrolled, because with the Monate gals and anyone else in network marketing, it is a closed market or a closed circle or whatever of, they'll have a larger following, or it seems like they do, because all the people in their downline are following them. All the people in their MLM are following them. But those aren't people they can sell to. You're all just yelling at each other. Like, that's not how that works. So I was like, that's interesting. Let me go ahead and go through her thing. How hilarious is it that like all of these people are already people who like sell a digital course or something? Digitally with Janice, faceless marketing with blah, 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 get rich with Steve. I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and I was like, okay, that makes sense. And a lot of times what I've seen is, especially when I bought the course from Jordan Cheyenne, which again, almost all these courses are exactly the same. They have like a support group and like an intranet, like a platform basically where they can get like updated stuff or templates and all that. And in hers and in most of them, they'll have like a support chat. It's not really support. And it's more so, oh, follow me back. I just started this. Please follow me. Follow for follow. That's literally all it is. And that's crazy. Oh, and guess what? Dramus is charging $35 a month for that. So not only are you paying for the pro version of Stan Store, you're also paying $35 a month for this thing, this whatchamacallit, the support group. And then you're also paying $500 for the digital rights, whatever. And then on top of that, there's Canva Pro, which you can use, Canva and CapCut and stuff like that and not do the pro version, but it is worth it to do the pro versions. I have the pro versions of all that. And I even put, the pricing and stuff like that in my digital guide, because I was like, I think people should know how much, how much you're going to be using these certain things. And, if you can go a while without the pro version, or if you do need it. And so, for instance, I have the pro version of Opus Clip, uses like AI to clip YouTube videos and to clip and like make it into short form content, which I think is great. And that's really helpful. And then there's a bunch of stuff that I have a pro version of, and all of that comes out to a good bit of money. It's not just, oh, I got started with just $500. No, you didn't. There's a bunch of other shit you got to do. There's monthly expenses. And someone even said like, oh, Dre, did you put the captions on your video with CapCut? How much is that? And she's like, I think it's like $30 a month. So again, that's another one. It's so crazy that these people are like, it doesn't cost you anything. It's all profit. No, it's not. You got expenses, girl. You got expenses and you got to pay taxes. So most of these people are going to be losing money, but they are delusional because they're following the dream and you've manipulated them and they believe that they can do this and it's all hyped up, and you're not hearing anyone talking about payroll taxes or anything like that. And I could talk to you about how much taxes suck all day long. And I did have a lot of people in my last few videos about digital marketing and master resale rights talking about, like, as someone who actually does digital marketing, it's really frustrating to see people like turn it into this scam and this like next grift. And that's really what it has become. And that's upsetting. But there are people who actually do digital marketing where you're creating a digital product and it's not a scam because they are not trying to get you to do the same thing that they do. Do you think there's like Etsy shops who are making digital designs like for invites, for business stuff, making logos, making letterheads? Like there's a few that have, even speaking of Canva Pro, there's people who like not like sell their stuff at Canva Pro, but I'm pretty sure there's a way how you can, you know, like be a graphic designer, a digital artist or whatever, and submit your stuff to them. And then that way you're creating like suites, visual documents, and it says visual suite. And so it could be like, you know, just to make everything cohesive and have a suite of your letterheads, your business cards, and all that. But yeah, it's the branding. Oh my God. That's the word I'm thinking of. Anyways, I could be talking out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure it is, because I know on certain other sites like this, you're able to do that as a graphic designer. But then also on Etsy, there's a lot of great options for that. And then also some people use StanStore on like Instagram for that too. And you can do, like I said, letterheads. You can just do like graphic designs for people. You can do just like downloadable ones. And I mean, I've gotten a lot of great stuff from graphic designers and independent artists, people on Etsy. And then I've even made a bunch of stuff myself as well, just because I do have a little bit of experience in that. Like half the stuff that I made for my son's birthday, I designed all of that myself. The invites, the little like gift parking only or whatever. And then all the other random little signs. And then for Halloween, I actually wanted to do, we have like all these apothecary bottles that we got from like Michael's and Marshall's and like random other places, Home Goods and all that have like corny little like apothecary like labels on them that say like spooky things like witch tears or witch's brew. And I wanted to make them more personal. So I just designed these. Look how cute. I designed these labels on Canva. And so it says like Wiggum Venom, Scammer Tears. I mean, I like juniper, so that's why I put juniper root. Tony Toenails. Anyways, so just like random shit like that, you know? And you can do digital downloads for that for like Etsy or whatever. And I know I just keep mentioning Etsy, but like the same thing as StanStore at this point. And it's just crazy that these people are really just upcharging the heck out of something just because they are able to, unfortunately, sell the girl boss dream of it all to people who are, you know, maybe naive and don't realize that this has been out forever. And why would you want to sell something that they are already selling? And think about it. If they say they've made so much money with this, what? So that means that not only are they selling it, a bunch of other people are selling it. It's the same exact saturation conversation as multi-level marketing. It's wild. It's so crazy. It is so crazy and unfortunate. And please do not fall for this. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, you're, you know, just jealous that these people are, you know, making so much money. And it's like, no jealousy here, babe. I make a great living for myself and I'm super proud of myself. Even if I had no job, even if I had no income at all, that would not affect that what I'm saying is still valid. I have nothing to do with it, all right? My feelings have nothing to do with it. So I think that that's really important to understand too. Not jealous. I don't care. These girly pops act like, oh my gosh, it's like passive income. It's literally not passive income. Are you talking about it online? Guess what? You're marketing. Are you answering DMs? Guess what? That's customer support. Posting on social media, that's marketing. Are you on the back end, like looking at your, I don't know, doing organizational? That's working. It's not passive just because you're not in an office at a desk or like tied down to something. So please keep that in mind. To make a good amount of money, you're going to have to work unless it actually is passive income and it's just an investment that you made. But that is not just an investment. You actually have to be able to sell something. And also one thing that I think is understandable, but about it is because it is a digital product and like once you buy it, you have it, right? Like you're always going to have access to it then. Even if you try to get a refund, it's not like you could return it and not have access to it anymore, right? So yes, with digital products, there's no refund. If you buy it and then you're like, oh my God, like this is information that I, like what? This is crazy. I think it's wild as well that a lot of times the people who are going to be leaving them positive reviews on their websites or their social media or whatever, a lot of times they don't put like their Instagram username or anything like that. And I think they should. It'll be like Stacy F, because you need to be, in my opinion, at least, you need to be able to reach out to those people and be like, hey, did this actually work for you? Or if it's such an amazing digital marketing, whatever, that a lot of times they say that you can apply it to your other business or your like actual business, not to then resell and resell and resell, then show it being applied to someone's actual business. and like have them show like, yeah, this is, right when I started, and then this is like 6 months after I applied it, and then like a year after, and this is like clearly my growth, and it really did help and whatever, then okay. But that's why these things are so expensive, because the value and the information they're putting out there isn't that great. It's pretty freaking basic. But the thing is that you're paying for the rights to it. That's why it is expensive. It's ridiculous. Please do not fall for this. I know times are tough. I get it. I really do. But $500 is a lot of money. You could start your own literal, actual digital marketing business for that amount of money, and watch videos about, and, tutorials on how to do things in Canva, how to do all that. But if you're someone who isn't good at social media, does not have a following, you don't have to have your face on an account, but if it's easier to get people to trust you if you do. But if you don't have any of that, and if you're not good at sales, guess what? You're probably not going to be good at this, which is selling something, right? So please, again, please do not fall for this. You're better than that. It's so frustrating to see. If you are actually in digital marketing and you are not a scammer, leave your shop or whatever down below. Like if you do, and like kind of explain like what you do too. Like, oh, I have an Etsy shop for this, or like I make digital downloads for this, or digital products or whatever. Leave it down below. If you leave a link, which please do so people can find you. But if you leave a link, it'll go into my held for review folder in my comments. So that's okay. If you leave a comment and you don't see it right away, that's why. And I usually go in there like maybe once a day and like check, but I'll check more often when this video is posted. So don't get scammed. Don't fall for this. They act like it's just so many things, so many points that like I get so pissed off about, not pissed off, but frustrated with, because they act like, oh, it's just for this amount of money. No, it's not. What are your other expenses? Look at all these other expenses that you need. And oh, I grew my social media. Are all these people doing the exact same thing as you? Is it just follow for follow? Because that's what it looks like. Absolutely, that's what it looks like. And how can y'all say you're so good at social media and so good at marketing when you have had very, 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 very short-lived success in multiple different MLMs and hilariously failed out of all of them, basically? In my opinion, as someone who is good at sales, and I would say good at social media and building a brand on social media, you're not good at those things. You're good at scamming and lying, in my opinion. But yeah, Dramus, your hair looks fabulous. I love that color on you. So beautiful. And if y'all do make YouTube videos, that's fabulous, because I can't wait to see it. If you want me to do an updated red flags to look out for video, let me know. I feel like I do like 1 or 2 of those a year, and that's super helpful. I appreciate you. If you're subscribed, your butt looks so good. Oh my God, it looks so good. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this. If you're not subscribed, I hope you have a horrible day and you're dead to me. So figure that out for yourself, please. Please do follow my new Instagram. At this point, I don't think I'm getting my old one back, which sucks because I had it for a decade and really took me a long time to build up that following. My username is at totally not CC Suarez. It says I'm a grocery store because duh, I am, aren't we all? And then also follow my podcast. I really appreciate y'all following the podcast and listening. It's doing pretty well. Me and Sherilyn are so excited. That is the Here for the Clout podcast. I'll have that link down below too. Appreciate you. I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye.